Where'd that come from?
A new toy has entered the Woodyard. Today is gonna be a fun day. Here we go. So today, Harold came here, or Harry if you prefer, with his Stihl MS 500i, and we're gonna do some cutting on this cherry, which is easy wood to cut. So I think the Stihl should be able to handle it.
Yeah, perhaps.
Perhaps.
We'll have to check it out.
So we're gonna do a little bit of cutting with all three saws. He's gonna try mine, I'm gonna try his, and we're just gonna see and compare and then talk about our feelings, our thoughts after running them for a while. So maybe we're gonna get sweaty and everything.
Yeah.
Got a whole pile of cherry here we can cut until we get down to that end, which we'll never get to. We'll never get that far. If we cut just a little bit, it'd be nice just to kind of compare saws and just get a feel for what they do. And I know it's not a direct comparison, that's 80 cc's, correct?
79.
79. And the Husqvarna 576 is 76 cc's in the cc's, and the 572 is 72 cc's. But my two saws are very similar, and I've ran Tony's 500, and to me it seemed very similar to those two, just from my little bit of running I did with it. So
I think the only way to compare these, because they're not going to match up cc for cc, they'd be crazy to throw each other under the bus. So you got this class where they're close.
I don't know if you know the word. The word is that Husqvarna's coming out with a new one. It's going to be a 590. Because they have a 390 and then they have a 395, where they're going to make their 500 series, they're going to make a 590. That's what I've heard. I don't know what they're going to do, if it's going to be fuel injection, whatever, but it's going to be the next step up. So it'll be a leapfrog probably.
So Stihl's new saw, the 880, which is 120 cc's, I was shocked to see that it's not fuel injected.
Oh yeah?
So this is the only fuel injected saw for now, and it's been over, they've had it in Europe for a couple of years working the kinks out of it before they brought it here. So I was kind of shocked to see them add a new one to the lineup.
Well,
and not do
there's guys that aren't going to want it. There's going to be guys that want to tune their own saws. They're used to it. And when you change stuff that dramatically, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, oh no, you know, I can't do that. You know, because us guys get stuck in our rut. And you know, I'm not a Ford or a Chevy or a Dodge or a Toyota guy. I mean, I've had all of them. I've driven all of them. They all have their good things, they all have their bad things, same as any chainsaw. There's gonna be things you like about it and things you don't like. One of the things right away that I know I don't like about the MS 500, their Husqvarna's their caps, it's like a half twist. They all leak. Every one I've ever seen, I can see yours leaks a little bit around there. Whereas the Husqvarna ones, it's a twist cap, but you got to screw it in so you can get it tight, and they don't leak.
Stihl used to have those. My 134, I've got that. They just, I don't know.
Because I noticed Tony's, the one on Tony has, even his is brand new, and he only had 7, 8 tanks in it, and his leaked a lot. And he just took it in to see if they could do something about it. I don't know if it's a gasket deal or if it's not tight enough. I don't know what it is. But what I do like about yours being white like this, I can see that when you make a movement like this, I can see your fuel. It's full now. So you can actually see the fuel in there, can't you? Yeah, which is nice.
This thing here,
Yeah.
It's a gas hog.
Oh, so are these 576s too.
I can't believe how often you gotta fill it up.
That's where people that are real big into, how do I say this nicely? Saving the world. If you want power, it takes fuel.
You're right.
It just does.
You're right.
There's no way getting around it. I mean, if you want a vehicle for towing, you need something with some power, and you're going to use fuel. It takes energy to move stuff.
Yes.
So if you go big, you're going to use more gas. It's just the way it is. I know my little, I used to have a 455 Rancher. I seemed like I could cut for a long time on that. And then I got one of these, and it's like, holy smokes, that thing's thirsty.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Gas is cheap. You know, they make it every day.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
We're going to do some cutting now. We're going to do some cutting with this baby. Okay, so we just ran each other's saws for what, 15-20 minutes, and we switched and we kind of did a little bit. We ran maybe a half a tank through each of them and got a little feel for what they do, and very similar. My impression right off the bat is that the Stihl when I first had it, Tony had touched it up just a little bit, but it needed more touching up. So I went and I sharpened it, world of difference. And because at first I was having to push a little bit, and I realized the chain was dull. I don't know if I hit a rock or something, but it wasn't cutting very good. I touched it up, and that baby screams. It cuts. It really throws the chips. I would say it's a little bit faster than my 572 and my 576, just a little bit. But
it is hard to compare because they don't match up CC for CC. That's actually a few more CCs than those.
Yeah, it's a little faster. Yeah, it definitely is. But is it worth the extra $500-600 over what I pay for these? Because I can buy 3 of my saws for 2 of yours.
Yep. And like I say, you know, I think that the difference maker there is because this is my first time running Husqvarna's, and I think that they were great saws trying it out. But the difference maker is the fuel injection and when and where you cut. So if we were down in Alabama cutting 365 days a year, it'd probably be no difference. But you know, when you're up here and you're out and it's zero, sub-zero, you know, like when you were with your brother, you know, you get a hot saw, you set it down, you refill the gas, you come back to it, and you go to pull it, and it won't start.
See, and the opposite problem I usually have is on hot days. When it's super hot, the saw, once you get like say 2 or 3 tanks in it, when it gets to where it's really hot, that's when you have a hard time starting. And the saw is made to not run when it's super hot. It automatically will not start.
It shuts down.
And that's why I always try to cut with at least 2, if not 3 saws. I start with 1, go through the line, and I either sharpen all of them, or if they're still sharp, then I just go backwards again. I go back over and go through them again.
That's a great idea. You know, I have a lot of saws too, and I usually go to the woods with at least 2 with me.
Yeah. Well, you want 1 in case you get a pinched bar, so you can cut yourself out. Never happens to me though. Does it ever happen to you? Yeah, you get pinches. It happens. Or if you get a saw that's temperamental or something happens. I mean, stuff goes wrong. It does. And I like the fact that you can switch saws, give one a break. And talking with my brother Ken, he's obviously done this a lot longer than me. He talks to loggers all the time. And the best thing you can do on any small engine like that is let it cool off and rest. Oh, yeah. So you're going to get more life out of it instead of beating it. Now, my first 576 I had, it was the only pro saw I had. I had a 455 Rancher and then that 476, and I ran it until it died. I caught a lot of wood with it, but I ran it all the time. I would run a tank through it, run another tank through it, sharpen it, run another tank through it, just steady. And now that I've switched to where I run 2 or 3 saws at a time, I just don't have problems.
And you know, that also might speak a little bit to letting the saws warm up now where maybe you didn't back then.
Yeah. Now that I'm getting a little bit smarter and I know I let the small engine warm up, you have to do that.
And then I've also heard, you know, we're over here running these things at full blast, so they're getting as hot as they're made to get. Don't just shut it off. Let it idle a little bit so it cools down, you know, the fans and it cool it down a little bit too.
That makes sense.
I don't know. You know,
well, on super hot days when it's literally 90 degrees, there's no wind and it's sunny and I'm cutting and I've got a big job to do, like I'm on location or whatever, when I get done with the saw, I'll pop off the cover.
Oh, sure.
The whole, you know, the top cover there, and I purposely put the saw in the shade and I let it sit there, and then I go to my next saw and then I do the same to the next one and the same thing to the next one, and by the time I come back it's cooled off.
It's a great idea.
So just let them cool down. No different than if you're, you know, running a horse doing work. They got to cool off because you can kill them. It's the same thing.
Me too.
Yeah, same, especially us. Yeah, that was fun. We learned a little bit that the saws were very similar. I just don't know that I would get one because of the cost difference. I'd also like to compare your saw, your 500, to the new, is it 462?
462, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to compare those side by side because a lot of people that I've talked to and people that have commented, they say that the new 462 is every bit as good as the 500, and it's what, $500 less, or $600 less. So I don't know, whatever it is.
I was watching a side-by-side on the 462 versus the 500, and they said that the 462 actually cut faster, but what they didn't say is they did a muffler mod.
Oh yeah,
you know,
big difference.
So it was like, you're not really
right.
comparing apples to apples, oranges to oranges,
right.
you know, and when I see those muffler mods, you know, guys taking drills and drilling out their muffler, I wonder what the Stihl engineers are thinking when they see that.
I know they cut faster, but does it reduce the life of the saw because it's running faster? The other thing that I fear is you might as well take that drill and stick one in each ear because the noise level is going to go up so much that what's more valuable, your hearing or the speed of your saw?
You can't get the hearing back.
You can't get the hearing back, and I already got some lost in both ears, so I guess I'd rather keep my hearing and have the saw run a little slower. Plus, I can only work so fast.
Yeah, and you know, for me, you know, $1,400 saw, right? Well, I don't want to burn it up in 2 years. You know, this should last me a lifetime. Like my old 3.4, I took it in for some carburetor work, and the guy told me that was a 30-year-old saw.
Still running strong?
That was my go-to saw.
Yeah. But like anything, if you use it a lot, they will wear out. And if you start doing production cutting like you're thinking of doing and selling more wood, you might have to get another one.
Yeah, and just kind of rotate through the saws like you're talking about. You know, when they get hot, set them aside, go to the next one.
Exactly.
And keep going. You might have more money invested in all your saws, but all your saws will probably last longer.
Exactly. Yeah. Good fun. Yeah, we got a little bit done, and I think the big winner for today is this guy because he cut some of my wood, and I got some wood cut, and he did some splitting for me. Yeah. So that was kind of fun. Got some work done.
It was. And that was a win on my part, being able to run the Easton Made Ultra. I have a 1222 on order. I'm, I guess, 7 months away from getting it.
It will be worth the wait, trust me. I know it's so hard. You feel like a little kid at Christmas. It's like, I want my presents and I want them now.
But, you know, it was nice using the Easton Made, you know, because they run differently than other people.
What'd you think of the speed of it? Pretty good?
It was fast. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, you got to watch your fingers, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's as fast as you can feed it. If you got 2 guys, you can just about max it out. 3 guys would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because you got so much speed there with it. It's as fast as you can get the pieces in and get them out and get your fingers out of the way.
Yeah. It's a great log splitter. If anybody's looking to buy a log splitter, you know, what I would do, I don't know exactly what the price tag was on that.
$35 plus $1,000 for delivery, so $45.
Yeah. So you're going to pay $1,000 to go to Menards and buy a cheap log splitter.
A real cheap one, yeah.
And you know, the Glacier, I got the Speedco, you know, they're good to a certain point, you know, but you know, when you spend that extra money, you're getting that much more machine, if not more.
Yeah, and like Andrew always says, and he's right, there are no used ones on the market because as soon as one comes available and anybody hears about it, they're getting full asking price or the original price or even a little bit more. Yeah. Because they're so hard to get because it is the best product out there now. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah. I ordered mine in January and they told me it would be next January before I got it. I would say maybe a month ago I was on watching another YouTuber and someone said, hey, I really like that. I'd like to buy it. And Andrew was on the other side and Andrew told him it was 18 months.
Yeah. Well, he's doing everything he can.
And that's how fast the orders are coming in. And you know, I've worked in businesses where everything's happening so quick. You can't keep up with ordering supplies. You can't keep up with labor. And I understand.
Well, he did something unique though. He took a mousetrap and he didn't improve it just a little bit. He changed it to a whole nother level that no one else was even close on. And he's just getting started, I think. The potential is there for so much growth that he really did make their product to be the product to get in that industry. And it's only going to get better, I think. So
I agree.
But you just got to be patient. And I know guys are frustrated, like, where's my splitter? You know, because everybody thinks about themselves. Well, he can only do so much, and he's not willing to compromise his quality, and that's one of the things I like about it.
You know what? I would be mad
if you did.
If I waited to get my splitter and it came and I had like a half-inch steel, or you know, real skinny steel on it because he was trying to make it, you know, everything stretch. You know, I'm 100% okay with the motor change. You know, from the Honda to the
Vanguard, Briggs and Stratton.
You know, but it was
or the Kohler. Those are like the ones.
Kohler, So I'm 100% on board with that. It's just that the machine is so good. That's the reason I bought it. We'll just have to wait. That's all. No big deal.
So that was fun. We got some wood done. We played with toys. just like big boys do. And I think that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like, the subscribe, the share buttons. You know what to do. Hit them all. It's the thing to do. Poke them, hit them, punch them, kick them, whatever it is you need to do. And between now and tomorrow, because you are going to come back tomorrow and watch, you have to. It's a rule, right? Isn't it a rule?
That's right. That's right. Otherwise, you're not going to see the progression of things.
Yeah. So get out in the woods and get cutting. And I'd have to say today was what kind of day?
Today?
What kind of job did you do today?
Oh, this is the best job I've ever had.
That's what I thought he was going to say. That's it for tonight, folks.
Good night, Irene.
See you tomorrow.